This is a soul talk. It's from my heart to your heart. I broke my ties with mediocrity and entered my rich girl era. When I say rich girl era, it is not specific to money, to wealth in terms of money alone, because that is a process that is ongoing. But wealth, I mean, here is about my confidence, my personality, the passions that I have really wanted to live, the dreams that have really fired me up over the years, which I now have identified with, and I'm trying to build that into reality. And I will build that into reality. So this journey I'm wanting to share with you because at least one person out there gets inspired by this and get back on their, if they get back on their path to living their dream life, I'll be the happiest. And I've always wanted to do this. I've always wanted to share and help and inspire and take this journey along with you. So the process started a year ago, if I may be very specific, where I started writing down my desires and my dreams. And I kind of saw that on paper. The effect of writing down what you want to do is something so important, so great that we cannot just imagine how it may just turn into reality. Because your visions, when you write it down, when you read it out, when you perceive it in a very tangible way, the chances of it getting to reality becomes more. And I started understanding more about the concept of law of attraction, of quantum physics, how they say that everything exists together in a moment, and it's all about us to get into that level of energy, into that level of vibration, that we end up in that reality in the moment. So I started that process and understanding that process a year ago. Now, the next one is that I started my journey of investment and learning about investment also around the same time. I voraciously read and learned about trading, about stocks, about investment, about value investing with notes again, because this has really helped me when I write down these notes and then go about understanding it. It helps me to keep that in my mind. It is not just about keeping it for a time being, but it's about understanding it for life. Because the idea of learning investment and about money for me was not for a short period. It's for life, right? And the third thing was that I started loving money. I changed my relationship with money into one that of love and gratitude. The moment I started loving money and started accepting and embracing money into my life and started looking at bills and expenses with a sense of gratitude, because the idea that I have enough to even make those payments did a world of wonder. I started getting money started flowing into my life. If you trust me on this, it starts flowing into your life from even places that you would not imagine existed. You would have never thought you could make money from a certain thing, but then you realize it once you start thinking on those terms, when you start setting yourself into that level of vibration. The next major change what I did, that started at least 3 years ago. It was about setting a clear routine in my life for everything, including food, exercise, the habits of, the morning habits, what I do after waking up, what I tell myself, what I read, what I watch on TV or on social media. I set routines for all this. It might sound like it's boring. It is not, because having happiness in your life, having wealth in your life, having people looking up to you is not boring. None of these is boring. All these are amazing things which you once start coming into your life, you will just start falling in love with the process. I love routines now. I love waking up on time. I love waking up to, the sun and do my affirmations. And I love listening to chants in the morning. I love working out. I almost every other day, because I do that at least 4 days a week, and to read my newspaper and the little chai ritual. I love all of it. It's such important part of my life that I kept doing it every day for so many years. It's ingrained now, and it has improved my life. My quality of life has become really better. So setting routines is important. Next is about living more intentionally. It's about enjoying your tea when you're having it, being mindful about eating your food. Stop watching TV and eating your food, because respect that little time you have with food, because you know how many people, how much of energy and time and effort goes into even getting the little grain of rice on your plate. So, what do we lose when we spend a little bit of time respecting and being in gratitude into to the food and enjoying it with every cell of yours? That's intentional living. So, I started being quite intentional in every little thing that I did. I started being very intentional in my daily life and my daily routines, that I cut down on my hurrying habits. It was a real task, because I was this person who used to be quiet, jumpy, and a quiet hands on every time. I realized you don't have to be in a rush or be busy to look like you're living your life. You could just be calm and slow and live intentionally and still have a lot of fun in your life. So, this journey is still going on, because sometimes I end up, rushing, but I just catch myself right and then slow down and live the moment. It helps a lot in this journey of breaking the ties of your mediocrity. Next is my set of affirmations. So that is part of the routine, where I have prepared a set of affirmations I read or I listen to every day, almost every day, which again start working on your brain. It's almost like you're priming your brain. The process in NLP, they call it as priming your brain, where you're preparing yourself, your brain, to accept those wonders that you really want. It's like how you put primer before makeup, or if you put primer before painting a wall. It's done basically for the next layer of objects to be absorbed better onto the primary layer. And that's the whole idea, because you are priming yourself and your brain to absorb more of those wonderful things that you want to do in your life. The next thing is, I did take one step every day towards my goal. For my writing purpose, it's about writing. It's about completing my novel. So I wrote every day. I managed my time, even along with a corporate job, to wake up early hours and do write a page, because my dream is to get my second book out and to be established in that space of writing. So I completed my novel during that period. And now the discussions are on with publishers, and I'm having my fingers crossed that I get the best one. But I will. I can feel that when I'm already on this journey, I get the feeling within that it's happening, And I went to a doctor. I did take therapy. I did take consultation for whatever little flaws hormonally I might have had in facing situations in life, which I would advise everyone. We might think we are all the know-all people, but we do not know. We do not really know everything. We need to go to the experts, like how we go to an expert for our education in school. We need to go for experts everywhere else, like how you go to a car mechanic. You have to go to someone who knows about your brain, your the neurons, or however your chemicals work within you. And the same thing with finance. You have to go to an expert when you need advice on that. So use the expertise that is available all around you, but go to the right person and use the right technique. You can even go to authentic YouTube videos on that and learn from it. And finally, I did something special. I quit my corporate job. With such difficulty, I made that decision because I had to. That was holding me back from spending my time and energy on the pursuits that I really wanted to do, like my writing, the other projects that I could take up as freelance, and I could compare. I could do a lot of things, and my investments and my YouTube creations. So there was a lot of time and energy that I was spending on the corporate job, but I was not walking the path I wanted to walk. And with the 2 days, I really thought about it, and I had kind of manifestations on my body where I started having headaches before I made the decision. But once I did it, it's a free world, It's such liberation that I know I could just fly away right now to all the heights that I've not yet soared to. So guys, I have another 3 weeks definitely at the company, which I love to be. In fact, it's my comfort zone. I love the people there, love everything about the place. Like I said again, it's a very tough decision for me to do. But at some point, we have to let go to get to greater heights, which is what I did. And I'm also taking the actions regularly. Also, it's not that I've just quit and I'm sitting back and thinking about what life is all about. No, but as much as I enjoy my living intentional philosophy, I also love following my dreams. So my aim is to weave that together so that you can also live intentionally and mindfully, but you can also live the life of your dreams. So my channel is going to be all about that. I would like to stop here because it's already a long video. I love to have you all here to share more of my journey with. So I invite you to subscribe. I also would love to have you watch the other videos of mine, which will be somewhere here on this specific video. Have a look at all of it and do subscribe. Love you. Mwah.